Good morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the North York Moors. And as you can see, I'm at Captain Cook's monument this morning. I've got a magnificent view wide across the moors over to Roseberry Topping, Teesside beyond, and it's a stunning morning. It's cold, it's a little bit breezy, but it's dry, and I'll take that. And I've come here this morning because I've found a new route. I've never heard of the Cleveland Four Peaks before, but I'm here. This is one of them. Roseberry Topping, as you can see in the distance, is where I'll finish. And there are two more. One I've never heard of before, and the other one is over towards Highcliffe Nab, which is near Gisborough. So I've just made myself a brew, and in about 5 or 10 minutes time, when I've seen that off, I'm going to get moving. So I don't know whether there is an official Cleveland Four Peaks route. For what I could make out of my own research, I found that most of the routes started and finished around the village of Hutton on the outskirts of Gisborough. But I've come and parked at the base of Captain Cook's monument because I wanted to be up there this morning and catch the best of the sunrise. And there wasn't an amazing amount of colour in the sky this morning, and to be fair, I was a little bit late. I'm a bit behind the curve. But the route itself should probably take about 4 hours. I think it's somewhere in the region of about 8 miles long, or thereabouts. Other routes that I've seen anywhere between sort of 9 and 11 miles. But what I will do is I will leave a link to the OS maps in the description below so you can have a look yourself and maybe come and have a go. But this gorgeous footpath takes us through the woods in the general direction of Codhill. And I was last there about a couple of months ago, where I parked and went in search of the North York Moors' most isolated valley at Bransdale. I'll also leave a link in the description below to that video as well, you can see yourself. But I'm not camping today, as much as I'd like to. It's just not going to be possible. I'm up in Northumberland next week, and maybe, just maybe, I might get a camp there myself, but we'll wait and see. But this is lovely. I've been out since 6:15. It's now 7:15 and I haven't seen a single person yet. It's so beautiful and quiet. I'd imagine by the time I get to Roseberry Topping, it could be a different story. But for the moment, I'll just soak this up. So Codhill comes and goes pretty quickly. Just be aware that you've got a little bit of road walking as you exit the village on the other side, but it's short-lived. You pass through some woodland and now you're back out onto the open moorland, which is superb. And that wind is quite pleasant because that sun on my back is warming me up. This is just taking the edge off it. So the next peak is Codhill height at 296 metres. It's only a titch, but can't quite see where we're getting at the moment. I hope that's not it in the distance, because it's chuffing miles away. Anyway, this road's making for easy miles. I've got to turn off right up here. So this behind me is the cairn, Codhill height, 296 metres. And it's quite a pleasant trudge across the moorland there. Lapwing, curlew, grouse, big looking crows. I don't know whether my camera will pick it out, but you can see Captain Cook's monument in the distance. That's spectacular. What a beautiful place. And even on the cairnstone, they've made it out into a little bit of a seat if you needed to rest your legs. But I'm going to press on. Highcliffe Nab for me next. Making great progress and just loving being out and being able to bang out some miles. Fantastic. Wow, so that's Gisborough, and you can see in the distance you've got the North Sea and the Cleveland coast. It's cold and it's windy up here. I need to get down. I think that's my path that's going off in that direction, and I don't know whether the camera will pick it out, but you can just see the last peak of the day coming into view, Roseberry topping. Great viewpoint. Right, come on Jace, let's get cracking. Well, when I left Highcliffe Nab, I've absolutely no idea which route that I took, because it bore no resemblance to any map that I've seen. I just kind of wandered on the paths for a while. Must have added at least 3 miles to the route. But never mind, not too far from Roseberry topping now. I think we're going to stop shortly and duck out of this wind, get something to eat and then finish off strong. It's not been unpleasant, but definitely harder work than it needed to be. So I'm at the summit of Roseberry topping now, and it is really windy. I'm not going to linger too long up here, although the views are fantastic. It's certainly worth the effort. All I've got to do is an out and back now, pick up the signs for the Cleveland Way over to Captain Cook's monument, and then I'm done. But yeah, well worth the effort. Brilliant. Right, so that's all 4 summits bagged, and I've really maxed out on the weather. So it was brilliant to come out early, brilliant to finish early as well. So if you've enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think. There's still an opportunity to win a head torch before the end of March. I'll leave a link to the previous video where I'll explain how you can do that. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. All this interaction helps the channel grow and reach more people. And I'll see you next time, hopefully in Northumberland.